I'm starting my 2022 garden with regenerative gardening in mind, so stick around to see how I build no-till beds that I'm going to fertilize with bunny manure, and also what I do to keep my weeds in check. The beauty about regenerative gardening or agriculture is that it can be very low cost and it encourages you to recycle what you already have. In our case, we already had some trellises from last year made with dead wood that we found around here, so that we're recycling a second time by taking it down, and we'll use it to make the boundaries, the squares of each growing bed. We map out the place, we measure each bed 60 centimeters by 140 length. We leave 30 centimeters in between each bed, no more than what you would need to just squat in between the beds, because we want to use as much of the soil as possible. We're going to take the leftover pieces of wood that broke and use them as stakes to keep the boundaries of each bed in place, again using what we have from last year. And the next step is going to be to use cardboard. Cardboard is one of these amazing byproducts that is readily available almost everywhere. For example, we just go around and pick it up from businesses that otherwise would throw it away into the bin. We piled it since end of last summer because we knew we were going to use it now. It has multi-purpose. Once, it's very good for suppressing the weeds that have grown since the last harvest. This way, the weeds can become an asset. They grow throughout the winter. The leaves enriched the soil until now. And now we just put cardboard on top of them, and the bugs and the microbiome on the soil is going to disintegrate them into further nutrients, so that when we're going to plant our own crops, the soil is going to be enriched and ready to feed these new plants. We're not tilling, we're not digging, we're not disturbing the soils. Instead, we are putting stuff on top. We're building above it. This connects to the regenerative process of healthy soil, of building soil. Tillage kills life in the soil. Okay, one time if you till, is not going to destroy everything, but it's going to drive your population of earthworms and beneficial bugs and microbiome down to half. Doing this every year, sometimes twice a year, that's going to leave you with a dead soil. That being said, tillage can be an asset. So most people are in two camps: either let's till no matter what, or don't touch the soil. Well, I want to advocate for the fact that tillage can be used when you have dead soil. Let's say a piece of land has been conventionally farmed for many decades with chemicals and all of that, and it's cement. Somebody comes in and wants to grow food over there and regenerate it, but it's cement, so you cannot literally grow anything. So you can till it just to introduce oxygen, and then add labs and FPJs and all this organic natural soil enhancers and feeders to bring back life, to bring back the microbiome and kickstart your soil. So in that example, tillage can be useful, but apart from that, it's not. Next, I'm going to talk about how we're using bunny manure and the bunnies themselves to build the soil, to do all of this regenerative process. Before we do that, it doesn't cost you anything. Give us a like, and if you like the content, subscribe so you stay connected to all of these videos. Last year, one of my biggest dreams came true. We got a pair of bunnies. Now, the breed of bunnies is not so much important. We have Californians. If you're interested, I can make videos about that. The point here is that bunny manure is black gold because it doesn't need to be composted. So as soon as it comes out of the bunny's butt, you can take it and just sprinkle it on top of your growing beds, and it's like slow release fertilizing pill, or pills, multiple, because rodents in general can make up to 200 poop pellets per day if you were interested in that, which 2 bunnies can supply you with, let's say, 2 wheelbarrows of poop pellets a week, which is amazing if you have even a small garden like ours. I spread it as equally as possible in the 27 beds that I managed to map, making sure that every bed gets some of it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a huge amount, because you don't want that growing bed to be built just out of rabbit manure. Again, that's a fertilizer. Where you can build it further with is organic matter, dead leaves, dead grass clippings, all kind of stuff that usually people either burn when they clean their garden in the spring, or compost, or all of that. As long as it's small enough so it doesn't get blown by the wind, that's good. Of course, you can put soil, but it's not necessary because you already have soil underneath, so you don't necessarily need to grow it to build the bed upwards. What you're doing is you're framing it, you're killing the weeds underneath, and you fertilize it with the bunny poop and the grass clippings or whatever organic matter you have laying around. When that cardboard gets eaten by the earthworms and the other stuff underneath, the soil is going to be the elusive cottage cheese or chocolate cake texture. Aerated, porous, full of life, full of nutrition. All it needs is sunlight, and then photosynthesis happen and you get the most nutrient dense and rich food that you can grow. You can use wood chips, dead leaves, grass clippings. If you live in coastal areas, kelp or seaweed, the stalks from corn, whatever organic matter you have available. We've been trying to regenerate and feed and grow this soil since last year when we got this garden, so we're going to continue to do that. On one side of the garden we have the orchard that's going to be left wild with grasses and perennials and stuff to put all kind of nutrients from the atmosphere in, and then the mycorrhizal network that again we've been empowering and supporting is going to move those nutrients from there under the growing beds. So it's a system. That's it for me for today. If you have any questions about gardening or regenerative practices, put it in the comments and maybe I'll make a video about it, or just start the conversation and let's learn together. Check out this video here of how we build this bed when we didn't have the tools that we have this year. Bye.